Hi, Holly here from Disability Network Lakeshore. I hope everybody is staying safe and doing well amidst this pandemic and crazy time. So I'm quick just hopping on here to talk about a budget a little bit. I realize that people might have a little bit of a tighter budget right now because they might not be working or they might not be working enough. And then other people might be getting their stimulus checks and getting unemployment and actually have more money coming in than they're used to. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that I personally use. By no means am I an expert, but they worked for me so far. So the first one is determining your income. What I mean by that is calculate generally what you are going to be making each month. How much is going to be coming into your bank account. I always kind of guess lower than what I actually will be getting. It's always better to aim on the lower side because if you get a little bit extra money, that's always a good thing. So always determine your income first. The second is calculate your expenses. What I mean by this is look at what necessary expenses you have, like rent or your food bill or your insurance or your utilities, and how much you're going to be spending on the absolutely necessary things. For calculating expenses, I always aim a little bit higher on my bill. So if I'm used to paying over $150 with my utilities, I might plan on paying $170 because I don't know if I'm going to be spending a little bit more for electric that month, because every month it can fluctuate a little bit. So I always aim a little bit higher on my utility bill just to be safe, because if my electric bill ends up being lower than what I plan on, then I've got that extra money in there. Number 3 would be, if you have extra money, save it. It's really, really easy to look at your budget at the end of the month or after you paid your bills and everything and to say, wow, I've got $30 extra. I can go spend that. Well, it's smarter to stick maybe 15 of that 30 into a savings account and then spend the 15. But it's always smart to have some sort of savings and some sort of an emergency fund just in case an unexpected thing happens, like your car breaks down or you have a medical bill that you weren't planning on. So I always opt to save what I have extra, and then if I still have extra after that, I will spend it on something. Number 4 would be realistic with your money and your budget. Like I said, it's really easy to spend money that you don't have. It's really easy to think that you're going to be getting more money than you actually will have coming in. And that can be a really tricky situation to be in and to get out of. So always be realistic. Like I said, plan on making less money than you actually do, and plan on spending more money with your expenses than you actually are, because that little bit of extra wiggle room that you have could save you at the end of the month when you might have something unexpected come up. And the last thing is track all your spending. That sounds kind of scary and like it's a lot of hard work. It's actually not too bad. Just keep all your receipts. Write stuff down. Keep an eye on your bank statements and your credit card statements. That way you can look at your budget at the end of the month, and if you're short on paying your rent, you can look back and say, oh, this is why, because I spent a little bit too much on my credit card, so my credit card bill was higher, and this is what I need to do this upcoming month so that doesn't happen and I can pay my rent. So like I said, 5 simple tips that I have. Number 1 is determine your income. Number 2 is calculate all your expenses. Number 3 is, if you have extra money, save it. Always save it first. And again, if you have a little bit extra money after that, go get your nails done, go get a coffee, go do whatever you want to do to make yourself happy. Number 4 is be as realistic as you can with your money and your budget. And last, 5 is track all your spending. like I said, I'm no expert, but these are just tips that I use day in and day out. So